Ethan never really liked birthdays, not after the 9th one. Before that, birthdays were loud and messy. 2 cakes, 2 candles, 2 wishes. One for him, one for her. Emily. She was born 2 minutes after Ethan on a quiet Monday in May. Their mother used to joke that she came second because she was shy, but Emily had never been shy. She was the louder one, the bolder one, always first to speak, first to laugh, first to dare Ethan into doing something that usually ended with both of them grounded. They called them the Mirror Twins, not just because they looked the same, light brown hair, gray-green eyes, matching dimples, but because they always seemed to move in sync, say the same words at the same time, feel the same things. When Emily scraped her knee on the playground, Ethan felt a sting in his own. When Ethan had a nightmare, Emily woke up crying too. The bond was so strong that their parents had to put them in separate classrooms just to get them to talk to other kids. Even then, they'd find each other at recess, giggling about some imaginary game only they understood. That bond didn't break. Not even when Emily died. It happened on a Saturday. The clouds were low and the wind carried the smell of wet pavement and ozone. Ethan and Emily were playing hide-and-seek inside the house, but Emily always cheated. She'd sneak outside, giggling through the screen door, daring Ethan to chase her. "Not fair!" he shouted, his voice cracking as he darted after her in socked feet. She ran down the driveway, her favorite doll clutched in one hand, hair ribbon flying loose behind her. The doll's name was Rosie, an ugly thing with one eye missing and marker stains all over its plastic face. Emily treated it like a queen. When Rosie slipped from her hands and bounced into the road, Emily didn't hesitate. Neither did the car. There was a screech, a scream, Ethan wasn't sure whose, and then silence. The kind of silence that feels like cotton in your ears. Thick, slow, suffocating. Their mother was the first to reach her. Her wail would haunt Ethan's dreams for years. He stood frozen on the sidewalk, heart hammering, fingers trembling. A drop of rain hit his cheek, or maybe it was a tear. He didn't remember much after that. The funeral was small, closed casket. Ethan didn't cry. He just stared, blank, empty. He didn't touch the cake their mother made for tradition. He didn't open the gifts that had already been bought for both of them. He didn't speak unless spoken to. His parents took him to therapy. The lady with the soft voice and big glasses said it was normal. Grief came in waves, especially for a twin. But Ethan didn't feel waves. He felt watched. It started with the hallway mirror. A week after the funeral, Ethan passed it while walking to the kitchen. Just a glimpse, a flicker. He froze. His reflection had blinked slower than he did, a half-second delay. He didn't say anything. Not yet. Maybe it was his imagination. Then it happened again. In the bathroom this time. He leaned in close, staring into his own eyes. Waiting. Nothing. But just as he turned away, a breath fogged the glass from the inside. He screamed. His parents rushed in, found nothing, told him it was just the pipes. Old mirrors sometimes did that, his dad said. Condensation, but mirrors don't breathe. He began to avoid them. Covered the hallway mirror with a blanket, asked his mom to take down the one in his room, refused to brush his teeth unless someone stood behind him. His parents chalked it up to trauma, gave him space, hoped he'd heal. But then came the drawings. Ethan used to draw superheroes and robots. Now he drew mirrors, and always with a figure inside them, standing just behind a boy that looked like him. The figure had long hair, a blue dress, eyes too large and black to be real. His teacher called home, concerned. The drawings were disturbing. His mother asked him gently, "Is that Emily, sweetheart?" He nodded. "But Emily's gone, Ethan." "She's not. She lives in the mirror now." That night, his mother covered every mirror in the house. It didn't help, because even with the glass hidden, he heard her. It began as whispers, soft, like breathing through the cracks of a door. Then words. "Ethan, are you lonely? Come play with me, I miss you." He curled under the blankets, fingers in his ears, but the voice was inside, in his head, Emily's voice. "You don't have to be scared. I'm still your sister. We can still be together." His parents found him that morning, curled up in the corner of the room. The mirror above his dresser had somehow fallen, shattered into 100 pieces. His hands were bleeding. He didn't remember touching it. He didn't speak again for a week. Not until the therapist asked him what he saw. He whispered, "She's waiting." "Who is?" "Emily." "Where is she waiting, Ethan?" He stared past the therapist, eyes wide and glassy. "In the mirror. She says we can trade." I gotta say, this story really messed me up. The mirrors stayed covered, but Ethan's fear only deepened. At school, he flinched near windows and glass cabinets. Anything reflective made his stomach knot. He couldn't explain why, not exactly. Just that sometimes, when he wasn't looking directly, he'd catch something else in the surface, something that moved when he didn't. It looked like Emily, but stretched, wrong. Her smile went too wide. Her eyes were too still. He started sleeping in his parents' room. But even there, he swore he heard her, scratching, whispering, pleading from behind the closet mirror. "Let me out, Ethan." One night, he sleepwalked into the hallway. His parents found him standing in front of the covered mirror, whispering something they couldn't hear. When they touched his shoulder, he shrieked like an animal and ran. They installed cameras. A therapist suggested medication, but nothing could catch the truth, because the recordings never showed what Ethan saw. He began keeping a journal, drawing again. But now, he drew not just one Emily, he drew dozens. Some behind mirrors, some crawling out, some with wide, jagged mouths. He wrote too, "She watches me sleep. She says I stole her life. She's lonely, so cold. She wants to come back." His parents didn't know what to do. His mother wept at night. His father looked older every morning. Still, Ethan heard her, and worse. He started to answer. "Why can't I see you?" he whispered into the bathroom mirror one night. Her voice came like a wind inside his chest. "You're not looking hard enough." He tried. Days passed where he did nothing but stare at the glass, searching for her face. Then, one evening, she answered. It wasn't her voice this time. It was her image, clear, pale, standing just behind his reflection. He gasped. She smiled. "Hi, Ethan." His knees buckled. He fell backward, sobbing. When his mother found him, the mirror was whole, and she saw nothing wrong. But Ethan knew. It had begun. The more he looked, the more she appeared. Not every time, but often enough to keep him trying. She talked about the other side, said it wasn't so different. "There's a house here too, but it's always night. The walls breathe, sometimes the lights scream, but it's better than being alone." He didn't know what to say. "I'm scared, Emily." Her reflection tilted its head. "Don't be. You can come visit. I'll show you. I'll protect you." He didn't want to believe her, but he also didn't want to be alone anymore. Then came the first time he saw her outside the mirror. It was late. He was walking to the kitchen for water. The house was dark, the hallway quiet. Then, movement. A shadow too small to be an adult darted past the base of the stairs. He froze. "Emily." Nothing. He walked toward the living room. The TV was off, but its black screen reflected the room. And in it, she stood behind him. He spun. Nothing. But the next night, she was closer. Each time he saw her, she grew clearer, more detailed, more alive. Until one night, she whispered, "Let's switch, just for a little while. I'll take care of your side and you'll come to mine." He shook his head. "No, I don't want to. I don't like it there." Her voice grew sharp, colder. "You promised. Don't you remember? We said we'd always share everything." He backed away from the mirror. I didn't mean this, but Emily, or the thing wearing her face, was no longer asking, and the mirrors in the house began to tremble. If you enjoyed this video or watched it all the way to the end, that means you're one of us. So why not hit that subscribe button? It helps us a lot and lets us keep making more content like this just for you. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you in the next one.